Greetings and salutations, my friends. Well, excuse me. Let it be known that I will never powder coat anything on this channel, and I'll show you everything. I'll show you good, bad, and ugly, and everything. Yeah, including dirty lenses. God dang. So, I'm human, I make mistakes, and I tend to work on clapped out old shit, and it breaks. But sometimes when it rains, it pours. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The Dart, for example. You notice that the headliner's not in it anymore. It's over there. I'm having some fitment issues, and not happy about it. I was going to get this thing out of the driveway today. That was the big push. I got it this morning. It was fired up. I got fuel up to my fuel filter. Actually, I got fuel all the way up to the carburetor. In fact, I fired this thing off last night for about 10 seconds just to make sure that it was going to run. And then I put my foot on the brake pedal to see if it would go into gear. And the pedal went all the way to the floor. Oh well, I got to re-bleed the brakes. So this morning I got up and I came out here. I took the cover off the master cylinder, and sure enough, the reservoir for the front brakes was completely dry. Well, not completely dry, but it was low. So I topped it off. I got out my brake bleeder. This thing has been a godsend. This makes single person brake bleeding stupid simple. Link in the description. If you work on your own clapped out stuff, you need to bleed brakes, and you don't want to be aggravated with having your 10-year-old kid pumping the brakes or whatever. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying that sometimes it's easier just to get the job done. That thing has been a godsend. So I can't recommend it enough. So anyway, I got it out, and I re-bled the brakes, and I got in and pumped it up again, and I noticed that the pedal was slowly bleeding off pressure. So I think probably the master cylinder's junk. Wouldn't surprise me. But I did hear the springs and stuff in the front brakes activating, and I thought, you know what, maybe I just need to come out here and adjust the brakes properly. And I took the front wheel off the passenger side front, and I reached a screwdriver into the backing plate where the star wheel adjuster is, and I felt something loose in there. So what the heck? So I took the hub off. That's no good. Spring broken. No. I have absolutely no idea how old these are. I imagine they're pretty old. But so I just got back from AutoZone. It's only $9 for this whole hardware kit. I'll probably just end up replacing that one spring and throwing the rest of the hardware kit in the toolbox over there until the next spring breaks, and then I have to do it all over again because that's how I roll. So what else can I work on? So yesterday I've been putting this off because that bright orange thing up in the sky up there. Actually, it's not too bad right now, but it's still hot. It's 100 degrees. But I came out here to work on this in the morning because it was relatively cool, and I had taken that carburetor off. It's a Holley 4160 4-barrel carburetor. I got that one from my neighbor over yonder, and that carburetor was on a C5 Vet that he bought last year, and it backfired on him and caught fire. Yeah, so can you tell? A little crispy. So I did have this thing running a while back, with that carburetor on it. He gave me that carburetor because he doesn't like Hollies, and I don't particularly like Hollies either. So he gave me that carburetor. I stuck it on there. I did get the car running, the truck. I did get the truck running with that carburetor on it, although not very good. And I shut it off and I let it set, and the gas went bad. I already had bad gas in it. So yesterday I put a couple of gallons of fresh gas in it after I had removed about 3/4 of a gallon of very bad gas. And I took that carb apart and to make sure that everything was clean in it, and put it back together and ran some fuel through it. Got it. Long story long, the accelerator pump doesn't work. Seeing that it had suffered a backfire and caught fire, the power valve was probably junk, and I can rebuild that carburetor. At least I can get a rebuild kit for that carburetor for about $40. But I'm faced with a dilemma. Here's a truck that I'm probably going to ultimately get rid of. I'd like to get rid of it running. And realistically, I'd rather keep it and sell the Jeeps. Suburban is better suited for the size of family that I have. I'd really like to put a diesel in that. But even if I put a rebuild kit in it and I get it running and I get it functioning, I still need to put a new choke on it. That's probably another $40. And I just don't, look at the carburetor. It's garbage, man. So I'm in a market for an Edelbrock, like this one that I found at Pick Apart for $35. If I could find another one like that, that would be great. In fact, in 2 days, there's going to be a 69 Caprice that they're putting in the yard at the North Vegas yard at Pick Apart, and they showed pictures on Facebook. It had an Edelbrock on it, but right now I'm watching one on eBay. It's not going to go for $35. It's probably going to go more like for $150. But I know I'm not going to get down to the North Nevada or the North Vegas yard of Pick Apart before they open up on September 5th, and they've likely already taken that carburetor off of it. That's dead in the water now until I can get a carburetor. And it's taking up space in my driveway. I want to get it out of my driveway so I can get the bus up here. Now, yesterday, here's when it rains, it pours, right? Yesterday, got 5 gallons of gas. I put some gas in that. I put some gas in that. And I put some gas in that. And back when I tested this, I used this 5.5 to 9 psi electric fuel pump. I just stuck one end into a gas can and I ran it, and this thing ran great with this. Now that I got everything hooked up and I plugged it in to run it, and it's overfueling the carburetor. So I put this smaller pump in there. I don't remember what this one is. I have to look online and see if I can figure it out. I'll annotate it right here. But I think this is a up to 4-pound pump. A 2 to 4 pound pump. And that's too much. That's overfueling the carburetor. And while I had this thing running, I'd fuel it up until it started choking out, and I'd unplug the relay and kill the pump and let it run. I'd run inside, and I switched the shore power from the generator power, and everything except the mini split was dead. So I need to track down why I only have the mini split running off the generator and why nothing else works. So it's days like this that it really kind of shakes my confidence in my abilities, and makes me just want to curl up in the fetal position and quit for about 5 minutes, and then I think, well, I got to fix it because no one else is going to do it for me. And then the issue that I'm having with this headliner, I'll just tell you. Each one of those little saddles right there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are 9 inches on center. So every one of these bows goes through this little thing here, and that holds the headliner up. And those should be 9 inches on center, right? Hold on. 9 inches on center, so it should be 9, 18, 27, right? So that's a little much. This one lines up. This is a little bit off, like 3/4 of an inch. And then this one is nearly 2 inches off. Let's go look at the car. So I don't know if this is showing up. You see this little thing right here? This holds the first rib. Now I can modify this so that it holds it back a little bit further, and I'll probably will do that so I can shorten that up, maybe lean it back a little bit so when I start pulling forward, and I can modify some of this to a degree, but you know, I can move this clip forward 1/4 of an inch, but 3/4 of an inch not so much. Let me get my tape measure right quick to measure this. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to enlarge this slot. I can move that over another 1/2 inch. I might be able to move that over 3/8 of an inch. I'll just have to enlarge these slots so I can slide these things back and forth to line up with these. The fact is that this was sewn together wrong. Now I'm looking at this, and this is really a very simply constructed thing. I should have just got the material and made it my damn self. I have a freaking sewing machine, crying out loud. This is just simple fabric. This is vinyl, and it's, you know, 9 inch, 9 inch, 9 inch, 9 inch. I swear, you know, I don't know. I have to look at my order. I can't imagine. This is for a 2-door hardtop. I'll have to check to make sure that they didn't send me one for a sedan, because the difference between the sedan and the hardtop is that the sedan, I think the sedan doesn't have this fastback type window. It's more of a vertical window here, and it's a post car, so it has a, you know, it has a windshield or a window post surround, and I don't think the back window rolls down. But I can't imagine that they would make a totally different layout for the thing. Anyway, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a Chevy guy. These freaking Mopars. Anyway, so that's the kind of day I've been having. And in about 10 minutes, I'm going to find out whether or not I have a Edelbrock carburetor coming. Confirm. I win. Oh, would you look at that? I won this auction. This is a lesson I learned a long time ago buying things on eBay. I've watched countless items that weren't worth a tinker's damn go for exorbitant prices because two morons were fighting over them a nickel at a time. So one would drive it up the next, like say there was an item for sale that went up in like $5 increments. One would drive it up to the next increment, the other one would retort, and so on until finally the thing was double the price of its actual value, which is a good thing for the seller if they actually follow through with the sale. If you see something go on, like a 1405 Edelbrock carburetor, make up in your mind before you bid on it how much you're willing to pay for it. Then wait till the last 3 seconds and submit your maximum bid, and you'll leave them dumbfounded. That guy probably has been watching this, sitting over his computer watching that. I'm gonna get this carburetor for $108. And I just gave him a day like I've been having. Hopefully that resolves the issue with carburation on the Suburban. Oh, I see a dribble. It shouldn't be dribbling at this point. Where's it dribbling from? Just to give you a preview of what's to come as soon as they get these brakes figured out. So there's that. Let's get close, boys. Oh, that smells divine. So it's just typical. One step forward, 2 steps back, and I'll mess with this. Probably not today. It's pretty freaking hot in here. I think I'll probably just go out and get some tile out of the back shed over there and see about fixing the tile in the master bathroom. I sure hope you're having a better day than me. If you are, smash the like button and share this video with your vast social media network. That would be appreciated. In fact, that's probably the best thing you can do for me right now. Please, could you do me a huge favor and smash the like button and share it? Thank you. You're awesome. If you'd like to help support these projects, there's a few ways you can do that. One way doesn't cost you anything extra if you already shop on Amazon. Go down in the description and click on one of the links that you find below the Amazon affiliate links list. There's things that you may see in this video that are there, and there's definitely links to equipment that I use to make these videos. If none of that stuff interests you, then go open the search bar, search for something that you're interested in, and use the link that's provided as a gateway to get what you do want. I'd appreciate that. If you already shop on Amazon, it doesn't cost you anything extra. I just get a little bit of a commission off your purchases, and that goes a long way to offset some of these unforeseen costs that I'm running into. If you want to throw me a bone, you can always do that too through the PayPal link. And if you'd like to support this channel on a monthly basis for as little as $3 a month, there's the Patreon link. Check those out, see if that's something you're willing to do. And if you are, you're awesome. You're awesome even if you can't afford to do it. It just means we're probably related. So, until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry. Have yourself a splendid day. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.